You start. Wow.
What?
So we're gonna be eating together on this one too?
Damn. Guys, I'm Denny.
And I'm Maya. And we're back for another video. This one is not gonna be as funny. It's gonna be on a very serious note, you know, in light of things that are going on right now in the world. We kind of feel like it's important, it's our duty to say something, especially because there's a lot of people that we know personally that are hurting by this. There's some people who are not so much.
Or showing their true colors, how they feel about this.
Yeah, and it's just, you know, I guess we kind of wanted to get our perspective out there, you know, because there's some people who may think that, well, if you can't have me on social media and think that I don't say anything because all I've been doing is talking. But, you know, like just so that we can say our piece. In
our opinion and how we feel about this situation
and how we are coping with it, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, with that being said, we're gonna dive right in.
In my perspective, my experience with, like I said, like real colors, true colors, is because, you know, obviously I'm Latino, I'm Mexican, and I've seen a lot of my brown folks saying, oh, how come you didn't protest for, like, you know, the people in cages and all that stuff, the kids in cages and ICE and all that stuff. There was protests. The only problem is that you don't go to, because I notice in my community we're not united. We don't help each other. There's racism amongst each other too. Like, you know, I've seen people that are like Mexican like me, like light skinned, say, oh, that dark person or that pinche indio, stuff like that. It's still a form of racism and it's hatred towards your own people, and it's fucked up. Yeah, colorism, and it's fucked up because, like, you're over here saying that you didn't march. There was marches, but this is not your time. You know, this is not your time.
You didn't do this, so we won't do that type of thing.
No, it's not. And this is the thing. Like, you had your chance, and if you want to do something, do it again.
You still have your chance because these people are still locked up. ICE detention centers still exist. You can do something about them. You can try to help. And I mean, piggybacking off of what he was saying, what's frustrating to me about that particular situation is that, from my understanding, I mean, obviously I'm not Latina. I do speak Spanish. I'm very fluent, and my kind of,
you could be Afro-Latina, but obviously you're not.
People, I mean, the thing is, a lot of people see me, and because I speak Spanish and I can cook Mexican food, and I can. He's gonna start, but like there's.
She just made video recently,
and it was really good, by the way. But it's like I don't think that my friends actually see me as a black woman, because I guess my mannerisms and I speak with an accent because I'm fluent in Spanish. So like, I don't think that they get it and how I'm affected by it, because obviously I feel like my people are being hunted. Like, we see this all the time. It's not an everyday thing, obviously, but these are just the ones that were filmed. And
it's so true. And even like, you know, Latinos too, like, you guys say like, oh, because they look like that, because you're bald-headed, because you're tattooed. That's still targeting that community. Like, you know.
Yeah, you can't judge a book by its cover.
You can't.
And for those who say like, oh, you know, I don't see skin color, there's no way possible in this planet you cannot see skin color. You may not judge people based on the color of their skin, but you do see skin color. And unless you're colorblind, unless you see like everything the same shape, but there's no way. And I kind of hate when people say that. Well, I don't see color. Yes, you do. There's no way you don't see color, because you can walk one block down the wrong street and you see a bunch of African American guys hanging out, and they may look a certain way. You're not gonna keep going like, hey guys, how are you guys doing? You're gonna probably try to clutch your purse, like clutch your purse, and then keep going or reverse or do whatever you gotta do to get away from them. And I've seen it happen, and I've been with people when that happened.
I've seen that happen too.
So it's like, you don't see color, but you saw them. So how could you know that you were in danger? And that's exactly why.
And that goes back to like the way you're raised. Maybe because your parents, like you said a comment earlier when we were talking, that to get inside because te va a agarrar el negro.
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
There has not been one Latino household growing up that I didn't be in that I didn't hear that. In the grocery store, they're like, if a kid is acting up, like, oh, pórtate bien o te va a robar un negro. I've heard that so many times.
Racism at an early age. I mean, they might not see it like that, you know, but now, you know, you could teach your kids differently.
You don't have to terrify them into thinking that a black person is going to kidnap them. Like, that's basically what they're saying. It's like, okay, so you're going to get snatched up by a black person because why? And because black is bad, whatever. That's how people want to perceive it. As people say, oh, boy, I don't believe that. That's fine. You don't have to believe it. But the reality of the situation is that people are they're more concerned with the looting that's going on. Obviously, looting is a terrible thing. People should not be out there stealing.
It is terrible, and I'm not gonna lie. I witnessed it, and I have a picture. There was 3 Hispanic men that were trying to loot in Hollywood yesterday. They were breaking the wood from CVS, and like me, this black guy, and this older white lady started like running towards them to try to stop them. And you know, you could tell they were like tweakers. I'm gonna say it. They were probably, you know, I'm not gonna say where they lived at or stereotype that, but I honestly, like, it was my own people, you know, like, so I did see a lot of white people in Melrose too doing that, but they're saying, like, I've heard comments from people saying, oh, you know, they just want to riot, they just want to free stuff, you know, and that falls under every race, and those are not the protesters. They're just
like,
going for a different reason.
Some people, the thing is, some people who are protesting do loot. I'm not gonna sit there and blatantly deny that they're doing that. But there's some people who genuinely want to protest. They want to march. They want to have a peaceful protest. They want to get their voices heard. So just because a couple of apples out of the bunch spoils it for the rest doesn't mean anything. Like there's a lot of people, what the news is not televising is all the people still marching while the looting is going on. I sat there and watched the news for over like 6 hours the other day, and all they would go back and forth to was people looting and acting crazy. But like,
yesterday, the cop that crashed. Oh, it was a horrible car accident. Poor cop. But they were showing like that, but they didn't show how beautiful it was to march with everybody.
The
all
lights
the speeches,
and everything.
the lights.
Yeah.
It was just beautiful. Everyone in downtown LA, like with their phones out, their cazuelas out on the windows. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful march, but you didn't see that in the news.
You don't see that, and that's why I kind of don't even like the news, because they show you what you want to hear, you know, or like not what you want to hear, but what they want you to see. They want to
create hatred.
They do, and like people are saying like, oh well, it's like dividing like they're trying to create a divide. They're saying that I've heard that Obama created a divide, a racial war. I'm like, dude, like racism has been here before him. Like they brought my people on boats to be slaves.
You didn't have to.
And after the slaves were freed, there was like a whole like war after that. People are still being lynched today. There's KKKs alive and thriving. Like people are getting shot because of the color of their skin, and people don't see. They're like, oh well, your people are not being targeted. Yes, they are. I'm like, if you want to walk down the street and you see a person of color walking down the street, are you gonna feel like secure? No, you're gonna clutch your pearls, and you're gonna go the other way. You're gonna create an uproar, like how the lady in the park called the police out, like, I'm attacked. How are you being attacked when he's asking you to put your heathen on a leash? You know what
angers me though? It bothers me a lot when people are like, oh well, he was a gangster, he did this, he did that.
It doesn't
Don't
matter.
act like you don't got skeletons in your closet.
You know, but it's just like, but my main thing is not even about that. I get it. I get what's going on. That's gonna happen. But I don't like people who call me friend and sit there and kind of like minimize how I feel about it, or they're trying to minimize the situation. I'm like, you're not, like, yeah, you may be a Latina or a Latino, you're a person of color per se, but I am a black woman, and my people to me are being haunted. I've seen it. When you can't tell me that all these, the ones that were recorded, how they were killed, or like for like no reason, like Trayvon Martin, he couldn't even go get a Skittles and a drink.
What about that girl that I think it was like in
Sandra
Louisiana, the one that she was in bed with her husband, and I think they tried to like raid.
Oh, it happened recently. I don't know her name.
It's so sad. Like they were raiding her because supposedly the post office said that there were too many packages being delivered. But the post office denied that. They just killed the girl.
Yeah.
In her bed. It's so
no, because he was defending. From my understanding, because I didn't read too much on it, that the police did an illegal search, and they busted the door. They didn't.
He shot at them because you're breaking into their house. So
yeah, so they have the right to do that. But my thing is like the ones that we do see, the videos that are recorded of people like black men and black women being killed are always like just defenseless. What did they do? Like you can't justify them, and obviously they're not gonna go to jail. The cops are not gonna go to jail. So people are so pro police. I am not anti-police by any means. I even dated a police officer. I'm anti
one
for a couple. I'm anti like police brutality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know people from the LAPD who I mean, one of the guys I dated, we spoke about this, and he's very like, you know what, like this is messed up. Like these are like they're making me look bad. You know, he's out there and doing the marches and stuff, doing what he has to do. He's like reaching out to me like, dude, are you out here? Like, no, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to be put in the same category, because they're like, apparently every person who's out there are the ones the ones who are slapping the loteros and beating up the raspado men, and they're the ones who are
what's
killing.
so sad that a lot of people say, oh, you know, the black people kill their own people the most. Like Latinos do the same thing to their own people. So don't do that.
My thing is this. Yes,
and don't be talking about, oh, it's not racism when your name is Maria and you're putting Mary on your freaking social media and you're thick as hell to look thin because you don't like yourself. You're not comfortable in your own skin because you're not thin, tall, and light.
I don't know about all that, but my thing is that a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll try to minimize the situation or every situation, be like, oh, well, because black people kill themselves in their own community and blah blah and vice versa, so they're gonna, it's like they're bound to die anyway. That's not something that should be put out there, because yes, like black people do kill themselves, Latinos kill themselves, white people kill themselves. If you go to Mexico right now,
and it's not about
who's gonna kill themselves? Like, people are gonna be dying in Mexico, you know why? Because they're amongst Mexicans. So it's like, yes, it's gonna be the main thing, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about why it doesn't have to be a white cop. It can be any officer, any person that, like, you're an officer. There should be no reason for you to be out there killing people
and targeting black people. And this is the thing. And you guys want to make this about like every race, all that, but no, this is not your moment. This is about Black Lives Matter. You had your moment, you can still have your moment, but this is about this guy being murdered, so police brutality, but it's not your moment to say this and that. Then do something about it. Get up. Stop barking and do something about it.
And it's not even just him. It's so many. It's like, I mean, everyone. Every person who has been killed at the hands of police officers who don't do their job. Like, they're doing their job, but you're doing a very shitty job at it. It's like, how are you out here with your knee on someone's neck? How are you choking someone out and you're killing them? How are you shooting someone 20 times? How are you shooting someone with their hands up? How are you shooting people who are defenseless? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. And so, and like, obviously, yes, it happens to white people. Yes, it happens to Latinos. It happens to everyone. I'm not going to say it's only black people. No, we're not saying that. We're saying that it's amongst us. We've always been targeted. All the time. Like, you will see so many people. Like, just recently, there was a white officer harassing an undercover FBI agent.
I saw that.
And I was like, so he's doing the most. He's like, you're targeting me. He's like, no, I'm not. And then when he busted out his credentials, like, oh, what happened?
And by the way, at the Long Beach protest, there was this officer that ran up to people that were protesting peacefully and said, get out or I'm going to shoot you. I was there. That's what they said. Yesterday, there was a girl marching, singing in her microphone. She was a black girl, and the cops say, go back to your neighborhood. You know, all of this is not being recorded all the time. Imagine how it was back in the 90s, 80s, 70s. Like, there was no social media. There was no cell phones, you know?
Yeah, and the things that were the whole Rodney King thing. I was like, oh yeah, well, he was on drugs. I would never take someone to beat your ass for that long with that many cops and be like, oh, well, he deserved it. It's always, they deserved it. It's like, my thing is that I know people, and I hate to say it, but it's like, there's people that I know who have family members that passed away. And they passed away at their own hands. Like, they were out there drinking and driving. So you think they deserve to die and to kill whoever was in the car with them because they were drinking and driving? So it's like, you want to dig up, you want to use like, okay, well, if they weren't doing this, that wouldn't happen. So if that person was not drinking and driving, then you should have been mourning their loss. It's how I see it. Like, don't mourn a loss.
Their own house and they're getting the cops called on them. And this is why it's such a big thing, because you call the cops on black people and you don't know if they're gonna get murdered. And these folks are like, oh, well, so and so's breaking in. No, this is their house. Why can't they live here? Why?
I got the police called on me when I worked in Beverly Hills. I worked for a lady for 2 years, and remember, you took to drop me off.
I remember. And beautiful house, by the way.
It was a really beautiful house, right there, 90210, like the super big house. And I remember that I had to go around the long way because I didn't have the key to get in. I left it at home, and I'm walking around. Obviously, just like Beverly Hills, like super huge house. Just I had to walk like half a block, and as I'm like turning into, I just see all these cops, and I'm like, what's happening? They're after me. I'm like, oh, what did I do? Like, why are you here? I'm like, I'm here to work. Like, what do you mean, why am I here? Why are you here? Like, who called you or whatever? And this lady started shaking her pearls, and she's like, oh my God, I've never seen you before in my life. So the person who I work for came out, and she was like, excuse me, officer, like, this is my caregiver. Like, she takes care of me. She's my nurse. Like, you know, I have all this going on with myself. And they're like, oh, I like to see her credentials. She was like, no, you don't. Like, I'm telling you that this is my house. This is my name. And this person works for me. Like, she takes care of me, and that's all you need to know. And we went inside, and can I tell you, the police patrolled that place for all night. I got off. I went in at 7 o'clock. Got off at 7 o'clock the next day, and they were still up and down making sure that I was not stealing. I'm like, why did I do all that? Like, I can't be a black person I can't just exist in this world and be in place like why is it like you're at the wrong place at the wrong time or you just don't belong here? And that's the thing about it is like when people are getting killed, their places they're like their cars, they're coming out of the store, they're walking out of their house, they're doing whatever they want to do, and it's just like why are they a threat? And you feel like that guy who was selling CDs, so you have to choke him out until he's dead because he sold a CD. And it's like I don't understand how people can't understand that. Like I get it. I know you're pro-Trump and you're you're Republican and you're this and you have your views. That's great. Have them, but don't put people's lives.
I'm sorry, you said hold up.
No, because I'm telling. I'm sorry.
No. I was like damn.
Because you're about to start.
It took me a second. I was like, oh.
No, but like don't put people's lives second. Like how is someone's life second fiddle to someone's a store? I get it. That's terrible. But like when we were kneeling, that was they're unpatriotic. When we were having the celebrities speak on their platform, like celebrities should stay in their lane. When we were wearing T-shirts, you can't. Like what can we do? When we start breaking windows and acting crazy, that's when you guys listen. Now like look at them, all the Black Lives Matter. It's not only Black Lives Matter doing this stuff. Everyone's out here doing it. Like just because you don't care about your people and you let your people get locked up in cages and winning battle lashes doesn't mean that we don't care about ours.
And there was protesters.
But I mean the ones who are
yeah, but they're too like involved with themselves. They don't get involved with their community. They hate on each other. Like I said, you go from Maria to Mary, from so and so to so and so. Well, you can't do that. Like you talk about you want change for this and that, but you don't do anything about it. But there's a thing. Right now, it's not your moment. Right now, it's Black Lives Matter's moment, and that's it.
It's not even about it. It's all, like I do believe all lives matter. I'm not.
I get
Black
it.
lives
But you see,
don't
that's
matter.
the protest right now is not about that. How come they did protest for ICE, against ICE? They did that. If you didn't go, it's because you were too busy changing your last name into a white name. No,
I mean that like obviously like people were saying like they're trying to take away from the whole Black Lives Matter thing. Like it's not only that Black Lives Matter. Yes, we know that not only Black Lives Matter. No one's saying that. We're saying that Black Lives Matter as such as every other life. Just like the lives that they're detained right now by ICE, they matter. White people lives matter. Every fucking life matters. We're not saying that they don't, but it's like when you're out here killing Black people for no reason, and then they're getting away with it. That's the thing. You get away with it. Cops are getting away with killing us in cold blood. That's why this is why we're angry. And you don't like, no one's targeting you. Like their KKK exists. And we're not being targeted, there wouldn't be a whole hate group. Although I know they hate other races too, but Black people are their main target. The people are still being lynched down south. So if that is not being targeted, then I don't know what is. It's always these backwoods, down south places that are killing our people, and we have to be like, because maybe if he didn't do something in 3rd grade or he wasn't shoplifting 2 weeks ago, we don't care about what he did back there. We're talking about what he did right now. And right now,
they always gotta do that. Like going to the past. Like everyone has a past.
Yeah.
Like everyone has a past. Like, why you gotta look at people's skeletons? No one's looking at your Tinder.
It's just honestly, at the end of the day, it's just really disappointing to know that people don't.
People who you're close to don't.
It's not even about that.
At least to me, like people like it shows people's true colors. People you're close to like don't support you or the cause, and then maybe they're just like they haven't gone through something. They're just ignorant.
Everybody has their day because
they're just
thing.
plain racist though. Honestly.
But here's the thing: a lot of people out here are like, I don't have this problem, or if you don't do this, that won't happen. If you don't know how to act right around the police. There's no such thing as acting right, because people do act right and still get shot. They still get choked out. They still get beat. You don't have there's no if you're gonna get attacked, you will get attacked. That's period. But my thing is like every dog has their day. Like you can go out there and say as much as you want, like, hey, because I don't have that problem. It's like
I got something.
Huh?
I got something. I read something recently like saying like, they would have a better life if they weren't so lazy. Like that's so jacked up to say because. When you get hired, they do look at your ethnicity. They say they don't, not to do that, but you do. Like you can't say things like that.
Honestly, and that's the thing is like I don't expect a lot of people who are not those of color to understand because they can't. Like you have the complexion for the protection. You don't have this issue, but trust and believe me that one day you're gonna get slapped with the reality stick, and it's not gonna be cute. Like you think that we're here exaggerating, that we're doing the most, like. Just because you don't care about what's happening to your heart, we know that you're a Latina or you're a Latino and you're here and you're the 2nd generation and your parents came legally or they came illegally. Like, dude, your parents came here though. So when you're mad, why are they even coming out here? Why are they bringing their kids? The same reason they brought your ass here. for a better life. So why is it different when, because not everybody have the luxury to get
Well,
papers.
the difference is that, you know, our people, yeah, they were probably here. Some of them came illegally and stuff for a better,
and became legal,
and to be a better team. But the difference is like, you know, African Americans, you know, black people didn't come here for that. They were like stolen
bruh,
here.
they made me
to
come
like
here.
slave, like to be slaves. You know, they were like basically kidnapped.
And then when I complain about the country, they're like, "Oh, so why are you here? Y'all shouldn't have brought my bitch ass here. You brought my grandparents here. You brought they it doesn't matter." But we're gonna wrap this up.
We'll have a part 2 about this.
Yeah, and honestly, like, we have a lot to talk about, and I know we've been going on for a really long time. But honestly, I just think that a lot of people should take into consideration that, like, there's people who are hurting out there. People's families lost someone, and, you know, although you may not agree because you may think it's like only liberals out here doing the most or whatever your stance is, just take a step back and think, what if your family member was driving down the street or walking home or doing whatever they were doing and they get pulled over and get shot to death, or they get their a knee to the
just
neck
because of the color of his skin, or
You know
like
what I mean?
like you know, like Latinos do because they're bald headed, you know, like. But it happens. Honestly, it happens more to black people.
And it does, but it's not even about a race thing. It's about a human thing. We are human beings. We should not be out here being slaughtered by no one. Yes, we have black on black crime. We have white on white crime. We have Latino on Latino. We have
And
every
import-
crime. Okay, well, so we're gonna wrap this up. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Let us know how we're doing, and let us know what you want to hear. We will be back for part 2 very soon. So
Yes,
thank you guys so much for watching.
Bye, guys. Love y'all. To Filipina.
Oh,
Come on, you said, hey, with an A. As a feminine, you're a whole gay person. No, the fuck you not. Really? Some bullshit. You're not filming with that on? No, the fuck you not.
Bitch, say I won't.
You're not. He think he gonna film with that on?
This fucking bitch told me to be extra bandana, and she got this big ass fucking corona there.
It's my fucking hair, bitch.
Why do you need to put that there? That's not tying your hair. So just to be extra. bitch.
No, it's not.
Yes, it fucking is. I was like, when did she put that on? Can a bitch snack?
Can you snack after?
Hi, guys. Ay, mordí.
Por pendejo.
Bro, that's
Give me
her.
one.
See, maybe we can have a bowl of this in here, no? No? Okay.
Eat one and you give it.